would try to get one more of these in before we have breakfast. I've got my chicken and brown rice in the Instant Pot, and to get a little more cardio in. So I do a little more walking. I've done 2 hours and 20 minutes already. So let's see if we can get a little more. Let's see if we can cross the 3-hour mark fasted still before we eat. Again, shouldn't be an issue. I mean, we'll see. My foot might cramp up. I might get tired. I might need to pee. We never know. But we've already crossed 2 hours fasted, so we're in a pretty good place. So I'm going to get another one of these going. Get those likes up. Get those comments going. Lars, appreciate it, man. Hey, Lars, if you could drop multiple comments immediately, it would totally help with the outreach. So just hammer it hard. Hello, Coach. How you doing, Lars? I see that you dropped a like already. So hopefully we can get this one flowing a little better than these last ones, but that's okay. You know, I've done like an hour on Facebook too already too. I'm just going to spread these out. I'm probably hitting the YouTube a little too much. It's just too much total, and it's not kicking as much into the feed. So I need to diversify a little bit. Since you're into biking, I'm not. Hey, Lars. That came up in another stream. I literally know nothing about biking. I don't know anything about biking at all. Zero. I have a recumbent bike with a desk on it. Like you put a computer on, or I paint on it and stuff. Like that's everything I know about biking is a recumbent bike I bought on Amazon. Giano, what's up? Hey, dude, how you doing, dude? Drop me a like, please, Giano. Okay, sorry about the problemo. That's okay. I mean, people make a lot of assumptions about stuff, and that's okay. I see that a lot. I mean, people make a lot of misconceptions. Like, look how many people thought I was like into the MGTOW or the red pill, and it was like, it's just ridiculous. Like, because I keep my life so private, they were unaware. Like, I had a bunch of people who were like, well, you're single, you're divorced, so we thought you're MGTOW. I literally had a girlfriend when they were coming and saying that. I just didn't publicize it. So, you know, it's funny how people are. They just make strange assumptions, you know. I want to try doing a walk. I get shin splints after 20 to 30 minutes happening. No, I don't get shin. You just get used to walking, man. Although it could be a case of, is your diet on point? Are you hydrated? Are you getting enough potassium? Getting enough magnesium in your diet? So if you're getting things like that, it could be an issue of overuse. You haven't adapted. It could be a case of a dietary deficiency. So look into each of those things. I mean, I've been walking for hours a day, right? And I'm not even doing it in the most comfortable shoes. In fact, my feet hurt. So I wore my Chucks for some of these this morning, and now my foot hurts. So I put the work boots back on. I got to rotate shoes a little more. What are your thoughts on Tom Platz, ballerina squats, hack squats? I mean, if that's what you want to do. But here's the thing. I hate it when people say, but Tom Platz had huge legs, so he must have everything right. Well, no, there's no further to that beyond a normal full range of motion squat. Like, you're not getting any more stimulus. So the thing to remember, he just preferred to do that and do different angles and do crazy stuff because he was Tom Platz. You know, he's known for his crazy leg antics. So that being said, I mean, once your hamstring and calf touch each other, there is no further stimulus. That's as far as you're going to go in terms of quadricep stimulus from any type of leg movement. So it just irrelevant beyond that. He just likes doing it. Now, could we make the case of maybe he's forced to use less weight, and since he did so much other squatting, it's less axial loading? Maybe. Keep in mind, though, he came in and squatted for hours. I'm with you on this cut. I'm 6'1", 210, around 17%. Goal is to be under 12%. Let's go. Let's do it, man. Bubba says under 12%. Yep, let's all try to get there. Yeah, I'm probably going to go under that too. I mean, I say that I have a look. I'm trying not to focus on numbers. But if I go based on look, I probably do need to be about 10% to have a round look that I think I want to have here. So I'm just going to work on it, just going to work down to it. Coach of Behemoth, yourself cannot do fasted cardio. You need some carbs beforehand. No, I don't. What do you mean? I've been doing it. Variable. I have literally been doing it. I've been doing it forever. Dudes, I've been doing fasted cardio and fasted training for years. Says I'm fine with 15. Yeah, that's not going to work for what I'm doing now, Bubba. I'm going to have to get pretty dang lean. And it's not about you. Everyone keeps saying YouTube. It's because you guys are on YouTube. You don't understand. I'm talking about all my outreach. Like, YouTube alone isn't fully relevant. This is just one of my platforms, right? Keep in mind, I post more on Facebook than I do YouTube. And I did an hour of Facebook Lives today also. So it's all of it. Morning. All right. Anytime any of the other people that doing their cardio wave, I always wave back. All right. Want to be visibly without scrawny face that you have under 10%, 10 to 12. 10 to 12 is a good spot. I agree. Hey, Jason, I don't store as much water on 1,500 calories or carbs from fruit sources then. Are you sure? Like, how are you determining less water? And where do you mean water? Like, where specifically? Is it the insulin? No. Like, what do you mean, is it insulin? Water storage is mostly about electrolyte balance. Like, people actually think that they're getting really glucose to glycogen depleted on lower carbs, and that's why they're losing water. That's pseudoscience. That's bullshit. When they start this whole, well, every gram of carb is 4 grams of water. No. So usually your fluid shifts are usually about either water being held in your intestines, in your gut while you're still digesting food, or you're looking at sodium and potassium excretion. Is almost entirely what we're talking about with water retention and fluid balance. Okay, but you're saying not storing as much water is a good or a bad thing? Because if your muscles are storing less water, that's not a good thing. But no, it's not the insulin. Do you ever get sunburned? I mean, I haven't so far. I mean, I've been out here doing this. I've gotten darker. I've definitely gotten more of a tan. I can see it in the mirror big time. I mean, I can get sunburned like at the beach or a pool, but normal, usually not. I haven't been. Overeating starch can make me more watery or puffier than for fruit, and the same calories make me skinny. I mean, are you sure? It might. I don't have an answer for you, by the way. People ask me stuff and what's a theory? I don't have a theory, because I mean, I don't know what's going on with your body, and it could literally be in your head and be placebo too. And I think people forget that. You might be thinking it does, but other people can't visibly see it. So just always keep that in mind. But how would it be insulin? That doesn't make sense. Like, insulin production with a healthy response is your best friend as a lifter, right? Are there a lot of fitness-minded neighbors grinding his heart? I hope you're joking, Alan. People don't grind as hard as me. A few people on the internet, like, it's not normal. No, normal fitness people don't grind as hard as me. Get realistic. Couple former competitive powerlifters on my block though, like in a couple blocks around me. No, I mean, these are just people out exercising. Like some of the people in my neighborhood here are like active duty military and stuff, so they're out doing their running and things. Alexander, what makes you leaner the best is not necessarily what best to look leaner. The two are completely different things, right? And I think that's a point. So it might be in this case, you're not adding enough potassium to your starches and you're getting more potassium in your fruit. So your sodium to potassium ratios might be better. I add potassium to everything, by the way. Yeah, variable says 99% of people don't work out at all. Yeah, exactly. Alexander, I think fructose just doesn't store as glycogen. Oh, sorry. Alexander, no, just stop. You're not getting fructose in your bloodstream from fruit. You're not eating refined sugar. You're eating fruit. This is not comparable. Man, you're new to my channel. Okay, that's cool. You're very new to my nutrition stuff. So let me give you a quick breakdown. Hit that like button though, guys. Why do we only have 4 likes? I'm noticing that no one's liking anymore, and therefore I'm not getting any views. I'm just going to end this and go to Facebook if we don't, because there's no point in sitting in here if I can't get views. I'll just go to another platform. But you guys got to hit the like button or we don't get any views. Because there's a lot of people asking questions and only 4 likes. But Alexander, So please hit that like button. I'm gonna have to say it like 10 times. Hey guys, please hit the like button for me. Hey guys, please hit that like button for me if you posted at all. Hey guys, please hit the like button. All right. Alexander, you're not getting fructose from the fruit. That's turning into glucose. By the time it reaches your bloodstream, your gut ferments fruit into glucose for the most part. So you're forgetting that part. Makes sense? Like that's irrelevant. I guarantee you it has to do probably with your sodium to potassium ratios. And the fiber slows down absorption. Yeah. Rich Piana put the work in with them 8 hour. Rich Piana had insane amounts of fake muscle from collagen injections too though. What are you talking about? The fiber slows down. Like button. What do you think about, you guys know the rule. You don't get to discuss or advertise for any of the people who make hate videos on me. You're not allowed to advertise for them in my channel. All right. Have you seen Chris Beardsley and Paul Carcer have split up? No, I didn't see that at all. I didn't see that at all. I didn't know anything about that. What's up with that? I thought they were, if they did they do it yesterday? The day before? So what do you mean? Explain what you mean by they split up. Like they're not on speaking terms, they're not friends. What do you mean? Because by split up, it sounds like they were in a romantic relationship or something that we didn't know about. I'm pretty sure Paul is straight. So what do you mean split up? What are you talking about? You guys got to be a little more specific with this stuff. All right, the sunlight's making it hard to read the screen. I got to find shadier areas. And my foot is really starting to hurt. It might be time to figure out if I can even finish this one up. All right. All right, Young, I'm probably gonna have to get rid of you soon, dude. You're getting annoying with your trolling, man. You're gonna have to make a new account here. I appreciate all the posts, but man, I need you to not get on my nerves. Like, I mean, it's like, did I have to be torn between being really annoyed versus making an extra 5 cents? And it's just not worth it to me. No, but you just get stupid annoying, dude. You know that. Sorry, man, I get irritable on these walks. They're not making the podcast anymore for whatever reason. Oh, I didn't know they had a podcast. No, I only see it on Instagram. Like my entire knowledge of their relationship professionally is with Instagram. I've never even heard if they had a podcast. I didn't know that. I suggested. Yeah, I know, Young, but you say really weird stuff. You know what I mean, dude? You're really weird in my stream. Makes me think that you need mental help. I think high sodium canned foods can be contributed to salt bloat. Well, potentially. But what does that have to do with grains? So Alexander, you're over here talking about starches versus fruit. What canned goods are we? Why are canned goods even in the equation? See what I mean? That's your logic's not computing. You're jumping around all over the place. So what does rice and potatoes have to do with your canned goods? See what I mean? So now you're bringing other factors in. Right? So again, just keep that in mind. But I think it's very possibly, assuming you're even seeing a boob difference, it might just be in your head. Again, probably a different sodium to potassium ratio rather than the carbohydrate source itself. By the way, what are some things you disagree with them about? I think Paul goes a little too low on the volume. Like, I'm not saying you can't make gains. By the way, you will. I can't see it being optimal. The only 6, and I have clients who do 6 sets a week is never going to feel optimal to me. And plenty of us can recover from like 10 or 12, but that's generally the upper limit. That's my disagreement, right? But again, assuming quality sets, right? We're talking about quality sets. I guarantee you anyone recovering from 20 sets a week is training like a bitch. Like straight up, dude. They're not training hard usually, unless they're on 2 grams a test. I used to mix canned starch with regular starch. Okay, so Alexander, so there's your discussion. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's starch versus fruit in your case. It's the fact if you're choosing to add more sodium and then you're eating less potassium. Does that make sense? This is purely an electrolyte issue, not a carb type issue, right? All right, guys. I don't know that I'm going to make the 3-hour fasted. My foot is hurting from the other shoes. I may have to do the rest of the day's cardio on my bike. And it's quite frankly because I'm walking brisk, but I'm walking slower than is optimal. And it's almost like this is going to be weaker cardio. I'm burning less calories because I'm just walking at a slower pace, nursing that left foot a little that got a little sore. I'm getting strong to pick up my women. I eat peaches every day for breakfast. Texas peaches. Okay, I don't know that Texas peaches are really any different. Alpha Destiny and oh, what a silliness. Sounds like they own you. Sounds like I'm in your head. Sounds like I own you. To me, they're too fixated on mechanisms and less on field evidence. They create models that make sense in theory. Yeah, I mean, Paul gets results. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think the overall volume isn't optimal. You could make more gains with more. Now, that more only means maybe like double what he's talking about. Not talking about crazy high volumes. All right, guys, I'm gonna start heading back towards the house. We may not get 3 hours fasted. We'll get more cardio in later, but it's gonna have to be on the bike. It's gonna have to be on the bike so that my left arch of my foot from one of the other pairs of shoes I wore today is actually starting to hurt, which makes sense. I mean, I've walked over 2.5 hours today outside, brisk walking. So no point in getting so sore that I can't do more cardio. So we're going to need to change it up. So I think the rest of the day is going to need to be on the bike. I'll have to wear this pair of shoes probably tomorrow. No, I'm not injured. It's just the arch of my foot hurts. I've been on my feet a lot, dudes. Are you ready for the overhead press challenge? No, I'm not going to overhead press. I can't lock out. My shoulder range of motion doesn't allow for it. So there is no overhead press challenge. What are you talking about? The sun is kind of blocking my screen now though, guys, with the street. I'm having to come down. Definitely sun is up. So again, just due to my foot starting to hurt, we're probably not going to get 3 hours fasted. We passed 2.5. We'll do at least another hour though on the bike today. Yeah, my foot's definitely sore. It's not hurt, it's not injured, but it is definitely getting some inflammation. So we just change it up. All right, we'll just change it up. It was the other shoes that I wore. Is anything more important than being tan, coach? Yes, a lot of stuff is more important than being tan. How many miles a week are you walking? I have no idea. I'm only tracking hours of cardio, not how much is walking versus lifts. Makes sense, guys? So, and I've never tracked them. I don't care how many miles. It's completely irrelevant to me. I'm just tracking minutes of lifts, minutes and hours. It is my only metric I'm using, by the way. That's the only thing I'm tracking. So you could estimate it yourself if you wanted to bust out a calculator. I don't know how many miles an hour we walk. Lars, I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, have a good podiatrist. Why is it more effective to track time? It's not, Hugo. It's that I don't feel like using apps to try to track distance. And I'm just using time as my metric to determine success. So since you have to track something, just like people could say, is there more point in tracking calories versus macros for blah, blah, you know, look, we're getting into having one metric to track. And since I'm tracking one metric, I'm not going to try to track multiple metrics. It's just cardio. How much weight are you down? Even though I've increased carbs and salt, I'm down 4 officially. I gained 5 when I first started. So the first week I gained 5 pounds. But I'm down 9 from that top point. So I'm down 4 from starting. We started at 222. Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of noise with leaf blowers having to come down my street, but I have to come down my street to get home. So, all right. Let's see. Have you ever tried going? No, I don't need it, guys. I'm not using any fat burners. I can't. I'm yelling because it's so loud on my street that just to hear myself, I can't hear my words unless I almost yell. So, leaf blower on one side, dump truck on the other. Sorry, mixing truck. Cement mixer going. Let me get back home here. No, I'm not using any fat burners. I'm just doing this the old-fashioned way. All right. So hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. It's overwhelming for me, like I need earplugs. All right, let's get past this truck. Literally a cement mixing truck. So, sparkling water. Yeah, I can't tell leaf blowers to move off. And I can't tell people getting cement poured from a mixed truck not to do what they want with their yard. Do you drink coffee these days? Yes, I drink coffee every day. What do you mean these days? I drink coffee every morning, bros. Pretty much my normal. We have a lot of chat. The nickname Daddy needs to be heard. All right. Whatever, dudes. All right, guys. So we hit like 2 hours and 42 minutes or whatever fasted. I'm gonna let my foot rest. I'm gonna do the bike for the next one. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some breakfast though. Past 2.5 hours fasted, that's good. So I'm gonna wind it down. I love you guys and I'll talk to you next time.